Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on Greek calculus. Now, there's a lot to this about this module, but we'll just go through it step by step here. So you'll have an LED, two parameters, and a set of data points. So, there'll be different objects of the module depending on the color of the LED. So we'll use the color of the LED first to see what we have to do. In this case it's red, so it's not green, but it is red, blue, or yellow. So the goal is to estimate the integral of the function from the blue parameter to the yellow parameter. To figure what our blue and yellow parameter, we have to do a couple calculations. So you'll also notice that the blue and yellow parameter will use Greek letters. So, and each Greek letter would be equal to a number. So, finding eta, which is right here, which is the minimum of x values given on the module. So, the minimum right now is a negative 47. So, it's going to be blue is going to equal negative 47 plus 43. So this would equal to negative 4. And then our yellow parameter is going to equal tau. Let's find tau here. There it is. Minus 13. So approximation of the circle constant, which tau is equal to 6. So 6 minus 13 right now is negative 7. And these are our two parameters. Negative 7 to negative 4. So what happens then? If the parameters are equal, the answer is 0. Okay. Otherwise, starting from the data point with the same x value as the lower parameter, in which is this negative 7. And see, here's negative 7. And the thing about the x values, it's ordered from the least amount to the highest amount in increasing order. So it's easy to find negative 7. You would start from this data point with the same x value as the lower parameter and end it at the data point with the same x value as the higher parameter, which is we would end right here at negative 4. So for each pair of adjacent data points, which is this negative 7 and negative 6, within the list you have multiplied two numbers. The first number is the positive difference between the x values. So the positive difference between negative 7 and negative 6 is 1. So we gotta multiply 1 times, if the LED is red, the value of the point with the lower x value. So the lower of the two x values here is negative 7. And so we would take alpha minus 10. So alpha is the number of lit indicators, which we're going to find out now. Let's see, 1, 2. I think I only see 1, 2. Yeah. So we gotta take 2 minus 10, which gives us negative 8. So 1 times negative 8 is going to equal negative 8. And then we do it with the next one. So here's negative 6 and negative 5. The positive difference between negative 6 and negative 5 is 1. So we're going to times 1 times, let's see, 6. And we take the lower value, which is going to be phi here. And phi is approximation of the golden ratio constant, which is 2. So we take 1 times 2. It's going to equal 2. We go with the next one. So we have negative 5 and negative 4. The positive difference between those two is 1 times the lower value, which is the negative 5. So we're going to times it by 21. 1 times 21 is equal to 21. And that's all you have to do, because once we reach negative 4, oh, that's our highest parameter. So we don't have to do anything else. So what we do after all that, we would add all the results together. So 21 plus 2 is 23, minus 8 is 15, is our answer. If the blue parameter is less than the yellow parameter, which it isn't, it's actually higher than the yellow parameter, this sum is the answer. Otherwise, negate the sum to get the answer. So to negate the sum, we would times it by -1 to get a -15. And round the answer to the nearest integer. So you would just round up if it's 0.5 or higher, or round down if it's less than 0.5, and so on. So, to input our answer, we'll first press neg as a negative, and then 1, 5. And we'll press check to enter it. And that's a solved module. Alright, we'll do this one more time, just to get a feel for this. So this time we have a blue LED. So we'll be going through the same steps, except we'll take the y value of the point with the higher x value. So let's get our parameters here. We have, well, that's it. Yeah, it's zeta. Take zeta plus 12, which is the number of data points on this module. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 17. Let me just double check. Okay, so 17 plus 12, so that's going to equal 29. And the other yellow parameter is psi plus 47, where psi is equal to the total number of indicators. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. So 3 plus 47 is going to equal 50. So we got to start on 29. There it is. And then we have to do for each one. So first take the positive difference between the x value and between the x values. Let's get a calculator here. So 46 minus 29 is going to equal 17. So we take 17 times, and we get the y value of the point with the higher x values. So that's going to be our 46. So we're going to take 13. So this is going to equal 17 times 13 equal 221. Next, we got to take our 46 and 50. The positive difference of that is 4 times the higher of the 2, which is going to be the 50, which is sigma minus 54. Let's find sigma. Sigma is this, the sum of all digits in the serial number. So let's grab that. So 0 plus 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 minus 54 is going to be negative 47. And we take, let's see, 54 minus 7 is going to equal 47 times 4 is going to equal negative 188. So we take 221 minus 188, we get 33 is our answer. So if the blue parameter is less than the yellow parameter, which it is at this point, the sum is the answer. All right. So we press 33, and press check. That's in our solved module. All right. So now I'm going to teach you how Diffuser Expert would work. So in this case, you wouldn't give all the data points. This would be very tedious to solve this module. First, it works in 2 parts. I would give them the color of the LED, which is yellow, then the 2 parameters, which of course will always be in the order of blue, then yellow. So let's say, okay, phi plus 2 and phi plus 4. So then After that, expert will look up phi. Just right here. So, which is an approximation of the golden ratio, which is 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So then the expert tells, okay, start from 4 and end at 6. Okay. And then the diffuser will tell him, okay, I got 4, negative 47, 5, negative 46, 6, omega plus 19. So the only number we gotta figure out is omega plus 19. Omega being, let's see, it's gonna be there's the first digit of the serial number. First digit of the serial number is a 2. Yep, it's a 2. So 2 plus 19 is 21. So this is 21. So on a yellow LED, of course, we multiply by the positive difference between the x values. So that's going to be 1 times, and for yellow, is the average of their y values. So the average of the y values of negative 47 and negative 46. So here I take negative 47. 47 plus 46. It's going to be 93 divided by 2 is going to be negative 46.5. This is going to equal negative 46.5. Next, we take the positive difference between these two, which is going to be another 1, times the average of negative 46 and 21. So we take 21 minus 46. It's going to equal negative 25 divided by 2 is going to be negative 12.5. And 1 times negative 12.5 is negative 12.5. Then we add up all the results. So this minus 46.5 is going to equal negative 59. And we would have rounded the answer, but we don't have to now. And of course, if the blue pattern is less than the yellow pattern, the sum is the answer. So negative 59 is our answer. So negative 59, check. We'll do one more as diffuser and expert. Diffuser is going to give us yellow, then yellow, then I forgot what this one is. Rho, yeah, rho plus 14, and zeta plus 6. So rho is going to be the number of distinct port types. So 1, 2, it's going to be 2 because those don't count. So it's going to be 2 plus 14, which is going to give us 16. And zeta is zeta. I always have trouble finding there's number of data points on this module. So expert can ask for information from the diffuser. Okay, how many data points are on the module? So at the highest 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. So that'll be 11 plus 6. That's going to be 17. All right, then the expert would say, okay, start from 16 and end at 17. So say, okay, I got 16, 25. Then I have 17 delta minus 37. So with yellow being the case, we have to get the average of the two. So let's figure out what delta is, which is the last digit of the serial number, is a 1. So 1 minus 37 is going to be negative 36. So we got to take 25 minus 36 is negative 11 divided by 2. It's going to be negative 5.5. Then the positive difference, which is 1, times negative 5.5 is going to equal negative 5.5. And that's our answer because we stop at 17. We don't go any higher than that. So we would round the answer. So let's see here. Round the answer. So this is going to be negative 6. And if the blue is higher than the yellow, which it isn't, so this is the answer. So it's a negative 6. Check. Okay, then negative 5. Check. So if it's in the negatives and whatnot, it's negative 5.5. You just round. Oh, I see. Yes. Very well then. All right. So let me just give you an understanding of what the rest of the things are here. So the goal, with the green LED, the goal is to approximate the derivative of the function at the average of two parameters. So we would, of course, figure out our two parameters. So let's actually use this as the example. So v minus 11, which is, it's not v, it's nu. So nu minus 11, and nu is the number of D batteries on the bomb. So that's going to be 1 minus 11 is going to be negative 10. And gamma minus 16 is number of ports on the bomb. 1, 2, 3. So 3 minus 16 is going to be negative 13. So then we take an average of these two. So 10 plus 13 is going to give us a negative 23. Then we got to divide it by 2. This gives us negative 11.5. So first, what you would do in this case is within the list, find a data point with the smallest x value that is strictly greater than a. So negative 11.5 is going to be equal to a. So we take the average of the two parameters and call it a. So now we got to find the value that is strictly greater, that is the least amount of x, but greater than negative 11.5. In this case, it would be negative 10, and not negative 8. It would be negative 10, because it's the smallest x value that just goes right above a. And we take that and take these x1 and y1 value of this and call it x1 and y1, as seen right there. Next, we find the data with the greatest x value. Actually, I did this backwards, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So, no, with the greatest x value, but that's still strictly less than a, which is this, because this is the highest x value, but is less than a. So we call this x2, which is negative 13, and y2, which is psi minus 50. So psi minus 15 here. Right here. Total number of indicators. I think I only saw one. Yeah, I think, yeah. So 1 minus 50 is going to be a negative 49. So what we do now is we do this simple calculation of y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2, and you round it to the nearest integer, where this means, where that is, means division, of course. So y1 minus y2, so this is going to be 57, because 8 minus negative 49 is 57, divided by negative 10 minus negative 13, so this is going to be a 3. And then we take 57 divided by 3. It's going to give us 19. So the answer in this case would give us 19. And that's only when the LED is green. Otherwise, you don't have to do calculus for this one. You just add up the y values of all the points with the x value between the parameters, and that is the answer. So, depending if it's red, blue, yellow, and not green, you would still give out all the parameters between the parameters, which I remember. We gotta do this one. So let's do this real fast. So red. Forgot my answers here. So I think this was negative 10. Number 2. Yeah, negative 10. And gamma. It's number of ports. 1, 2, 3. So negative 13. Alright, negative 10, negative 13. So let's go between the two. So we have negative 10 and 8. Negative 8. Oh, we start at negative 13 on my thing. So negative 13 to, let's see, psi negative minus 50. And negative 10 is negative 10 and 8. So the difference between the two is 3. Since it's red, we take the y value with the lower x value. Psi was 1, because psi was total number of indicators, so that's going to be times negative 49. So 49 times 3 is going to be a negative 147. The blue value in this case is not lower than the y value, so we gotta negate the answer. We gotta times it by negative 1, and this is going to equal 147. So our answer is 147. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the screen here. Boop. So, I'll give you all the edge work and information. So, I got 5 and 4, which is a very interesting one. And let's check where our last one is. And I got 1 port plate. That's PS2, RJ45. And my serial number is Tango Juliet 4, Kilo Romeo 5. So I'll give you the 3 things. Okay, I have white, tau, minus 15, 1, 5, and then sigma, minus 3, 4. Start doing your calculations. Alright, so showing answer in 3, 2, 1. So what I have for blue is -9, and what I have for yellow is -25. So the next thing you would tell me, okay, go from -25 and end at -9, which I will tell you all those. So starting at -25. Okay. Gamma minus 3, 5. Epsilon minus 2. Kappa plus 2, 6. And finally, chi plus 7, 9. So I have my answer, showing it in 3, 2, 1. So when adding all this up, this will give me 4. So all I have to do is 4 and check. Guess I also have to include the -9, I'm guessing. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, got my new answer. So my new answer here is -30. So -30. Check. I guess I'm not quite understanding this quite well. Between the parameters. A, because I only have to add these two. So let me check these two. So epsilon is total number of batters. We have 5. Minus 2 is 3. Plus kappa plus 26. Kappa is that. 8 plus 26 is 34. Add them all up makes it 37. So I'm guessing 3, 7 check. Well, I'm going to pull up the log file for this. So excuse me 1 second. We need my folder, which I have it pinned right here. So I'll give you guys all the answers you're going to need. And this is it, I think. Yeah. So -9 to -25. So this is all the data points. -25 is -33. So -33 to 3 to 45. -3. It was 34, which I had. And then I had 8 plus. No, that was the kappa. And I forgot what that 9 was. 45. But I don't think I would ever add the 45. So -3, that's -30. No, the answer I had was 33 for that one. How is that 45? Well, I'll probably relook over the video and whatnot and see what mistakes I've added. You can leave a comment on what mistakes I had. And until then, keep talking and don't explode, people.